Okay. Okay, so here we go. This is CEG 111 for the week. We're going to look at some more GPS. We are moving to using the Collector app for ArcGIS now. And so can everyone see Moodle here still?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So
yeah.
We are down here in module 10, Collector for ArcGIS. And there is an Esri video that I'd like you to watch that goes through the Collector app. So there's a 54-minute video that will give you a good basis in the app, and we're going to see it and use it tonight together as well. You're going to have an assignment to use the Collector app, and we're going to talk about database design as we go through this. So that's why this document is here, and we'll talk about this for the next few weeks. And so if I go to the assignment here, it talks to you a little bit about Collector for ArcGIS. This is a mobile app for mobile devices, for your phones or iPads, Android devices. It's on the Mac OS and the Android operating systems. And there are two different Esri exercises you're going to do. This first one is to try Collector. So if you would, you can go on and download the app to your phone. It is Collector for ArcGIS, COLLECTOR, Collector for ArcGIS, and just do it on your phone. But that's what it's called. And the app looks like we're actually going to use it here together. So if you can get it on your phone or your mobile device, you can put it on an iPad as well. It's going to look like, here comes my phone. You should be able to see in just a second. Right. So the app, it looks like this one right here is what the icon will look like. So go in and download the Collector app. So the Collector app is it's a mobile app that is designed to collect GPS data and integrate directly into your existing Esri GIS infrastructure. So for your assignments, you're going to do this Try Collector app, and you don't click on it now, but it just steps you through a little sample project that they have where you'll collect some picnic benches and things like that using a pre-configured map that's already on the Collector app, and we'll get back to that. And then you'll also make your own Collector app here. So this is the one that you'll submit me a screenshot of what you've done, and I'll look at ArcGIS online as well. When you create a map and the data, the layers, they're called feature layers in ArcGIS Online, the way that you can have multiple people access that map is by sharing it with a group. So this third one here talks about sharing your maps and layers with groups. This one over here, this fourth one, you can actually take your map offline, so you can have it cache on your phone and go out and, sorry, my phone turned off. You can have it cache on your phone, so you don't need to have a data connection. So if you do this on your iPad, and your iPad does not have a cell phone service to it, like my iPad doesn't have a cell phone service to it, then you could go out with your iPad and do this with the built-in GPS in the iPad connected to the internet. So you can collect data offline, and when you come back in, you have to sync it back with the map. Now, a big thing about using these kind of apps on your phone is that your phone is only going to be accurate up to about 10 feet as far as the GPS accuracy goes, at very best 10 feet. So that's okay for a lot of applications, but in a lot of professional work settings, you need higher accuracy. So you can get a professional grade GPS receiver and connect it to your phone via Bluetooth. And so do read about the high accuracy as well. You're not going to be required to do these three. I do want you to read through them though. You're going to do the try collector and the make your first collector map here. Now I'm also going to link to all of these blog posts about the collector app as well, just so you can see them and see all the different information about collector. So the ArcGIS blog website, you can filter by all kinds of stuff, and they have all kinds of articles about different things. So I'm going to link to this as well in Moodle, just so you have it as a resource and you can browse through it and check it out. So, all right. So, the collector app is part of the Esri stack of software. We've been using ArcMap and ArcCatalog, part of ArcGIS Desktop. ArcGIS Online, we saw last week, that's their cloud-based mapping, web cloud-based mapping system. So the collector app works with all of it. These are all integrated together. So what I'd like for you to do, was everyone able to get the collector app downloaded?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you first open the collector app, and I'm going to log out of mine, and you don't need to sign in right now, but this is what it looks like when you first open it, okay? Now, if you click that try it, which I'm not asking you to do that right now, that's what this try collector assignment does. It tells you to essentially click try it in your collector app and click the parks map, and you've got some assets that you can GPS, okay? So it just walks you through GPS and some stuff, and it's got some kind of nice little graphics, and it talks about streaming lines and polygons. So it's short. It just shows you how to collect some data, and you'll look at this data on your phone only. When you get to this assignment here, make your first map, you actually create your own map and data in ArcGIS Online, so you'll be able to see your data on your phone as well as in ArcGIS Online. So if you would now please open a web browser and go to arcgis.com and sign in using your Esri account. And I would like for you to do this now if you can. And we're going to look at a feature layer and a map that I created right before class. So if I go to my content, now I know you're not super familiar with ArcGIS Online, but as a user in our organization, you can store content up here. And content, there's different types of content. There can be feature layers. See that feature layer? Think of a feature layer as just a GIS layer. It's like a feature class in a geodatabase or a shapefile. It's just some GIS data that's stored online. So it is hosted online in ArcGIS online. It's not on your local computer. You can also make maps. So if you look here, you can see all my content. I've got a bike packing folder that has a map and an application in it. I've got an A/B track folder that's got maps and feature layers and all kinds of stuff in it. And items that you have in ArcGIS Online can be shared with the entire world, with everyone, so people could find it without even logging in to ArcGIS Online. I could share it with just myself, so no one else can see it. It's only mine, no one can see it. You can create groups and share it with groups. So there's a CEG 111 group this semester that I added all of you to. And so if I share my content with that group, only the people in the group can access that. And you can also share it just with your organization. So if I shared it with A/B Tech, if I go here to my groups in ArcGIS Online, I have all these groups here for different classes and different semesters. If I share with the whole organization, everyone in every group, and even if they're not in a group, anyone who I've added to our organization can see the information. So you can control levels of access through sharing and creating groups and putting people in groups and stuff like that. So you should, when you start creating things, you should make folders for things. So I can create a new folder right here. Okay, and I created a folder for CEG 111 or class demo, CEG 111 spring 20. And you can see today, April 14th, I created a feature layer and a map. Right, and you're going to see this in the exercise. You're going to learn how to create a new feature layer, and then you add that feature layer to a map. And in the collector app, you'll see that map because you'll be logged in as your user. So, because I shared this map and this feature layer with not only my whole organization, but with the course group for this semester, which you are all in, that means when you open that collector app, you're going to see this because it's in a group that you have access to. So if you're logged in to ArcGIS Online and you go to my groups, does anyone see that CEG 111 group that's logged in?
No. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So click, if you go to my groups, and then you find CE, you won't see 100 of them like I have, but you find you should only have one actually. So if I go to that group, what I want you to do is open the class demo map, not the feature layer. You can add it to your own map by clicking it. I want you to add the map that I've already created. If you open it in a map viewer.
Wait a second.
Do you see it, Steve?
No, I don't. Well, I think I might be.
ArcGIS.com?
ArcGIS.com. I've got pricing map, scene, groups, content. Right.
Groups.
Okay. With the groups, it says I don't have any groups.
Okay, maybe I haven't added you. So if y'all want to just watch, you'll see me add someone. Occasionally a student doesn't get added. Did you add the class late?
Did I what?
Did you add our class late? So
no, I did not.
Okay, well, let me go to my groups here. And I'm going to go to that CEG 111 group, spring of 2020, and I should see, I can look at the members of the group here by clicking members. And sure enough, you're not in it. No, yeah, you are.
Okay, so I have my groups and featured groups, right?
Are you
On the
signed in to arcgis.com?
I'm signed in. Yep, I can look at my it says, I can click on that, my profile, my settings, my Esri, training, community and forums, blog, help. Oh, you know what? I bet, hold on, watch this. I bet, let's see, link your, okay. I think you know what? I think I made another.
You logged in as a different account. You can look,
Yeah.
Your account name that I have is that.
Is this one right here? Is my name at AB Tech students or students AB Tech? Is that correct? This one right here.
I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm going to try to, I'm going to see if I can add you another way. I'm going to do it that way. I want to go to my organization. Look at all my members in the organization. Search Steve. Yeah, I only see one of you. You might be logged into one that's not part of our organization right now. So I can't.
This account should be this is the one that I first made an account with. And then
well, look here. See, this account right here is the one I can look at all your items here. And hurricane map with this one I'm looking at. See, this is the hurricane map.
The hurricane map's going to be a different. It's going to be a different. It's going to be a different sign-in, because I think that was the assignment where you said you don't need to create another account, but I did.
Well, you need to sign in with that account. Can you sign in with that account?
I am right now.
Okay.
All right.
Can you see your Houston map? That's the one you need to use because it's part of our organization.
Now, and I go to groups. And I don't have any groups yet. Either one.
Well, that's something you and I are going to have to look at, I guess.
All right. Of course, I know it's definitely a user.
Yeah, you and I'll have to look at that.
Okay.
Okay, so just follow along for now.
Okay.
All right, so if I go back to my content, what I'd like for you all to do is if everyone who can access this map, the CEG 111 class demo map, open it.
Pete, your screen is small here. Is it the feature layer or just a regular class demo?
The regular class demo, not the feature layer.
Okay.
Map.
It's loading.
And you can see I've got some feature layers here. I created a tree, a point feature class, a sidewalk, which is a line feature class, and a yard, which is a polygon feature class. So you should all, right under the word class demo and the name of this thing, there's a button that says edit. If you click edit, you should be able to click new feature for tree. You'll see an orange dot and you just click anywhere on the map. And you get to pick a type of tree and put in whatever type you want. and then close. And if you zoom in and out on the map, does everybody see the different points on here now? Can y'all see there's more than one point? I click that point. This user created that one. I click that point. Kyle created that one. So we're all adding to this web-based map at the same time right now. Kyle created another one.
Let me ask you a question, Pete. I found it. Is it the class demo or the class demo feature layer?
The map, class demo, not the feature layer.
Okay.
The map, that feature layer is in this map. Okay?
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Has that feature layer. So,
Okay.
all right, so click that edit button and throw in a point. And if you zoom in and out, it should refresh and show it. You just click anywhere on the map.
Well, I am.
You got to pick the new feature. Click the orange feature before you click on the map.
Okay. Click the tree feature.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a tree. I didn't symbolize it.
Okay.
I have.
So I just click on it and move it over.
Click on it and then click on the map.
What the fuck? All right. Boom. Oh, okay. Got it.
All right. Okay, so that's just kind of showing you that this map and the layer in the map has been shared with the group that y'all are all in. So I could go in and I could I could delete points out of here too. And you all have permissions to not only create data on here, but you can delete anyone else's data. And that's something that I can control in the settings of the layer, and we'll look at that. So you can stop editing now. I just wanted to make the point that you have access to this map because I shared it with the group and I put you all in the group. All right. So now on your collector app, what we're going to do is we're going to log into your collector app. Let me share my screen. All right, so I'm going to click on my collector app to sign into it. And I'm going to sign in with my ArcGIS online account. Oh, I need to move the, y'all can't see that anymore, can you?
No.
No, you're safe.
Okay. I'm not worried about y'all, but I'm going to post this on YouTube. All right. Okay, so I'm signing in. Now, when you sign into that app, notice that I can go, I'm going to click on my maps. These are all of my maps that you saw in my ArcGIS Online. Okay? They don't all have editable feature layers in them. The feature layer that I put in this CEG 111 map is editable. So we can all collect data into it. Does anyone see the CEG 111 class demo, this one right here?
That's the only one I have.
That should be the only one you have. If you click on it to open it, now, if you click on it to open it, you'll see that it has accuracy of your GPS right here. It won't collect data if you are less than if you're greater than 30 feet in accuracy. And when you're inside, you're going to have terrible accuracy. Okay? Now, if I click here just to show you a little bit of the interface, to add a feature, you click that plus sign. So this map, I created the tree feature layer, and I could create a new feature using my GPS. I created the sidewalk. I created a new sidewalk, and I should have symbolized these things in my map a little bit better, made that look like an actual tree, but I didn't. So if you, Eldridge, if you want to just kind of watch, since we're kind of moving into it, you can download the Collector app. If you'd like, you'll need to for this week. So trying to.
All right, sounds good. Sorry I'm late.
That's all right. So, all right. So when you're out there and you want to collect data, you essentially, you click that plus sign. All right, that plus sign right there. And it gives you the ability to collect data into whatever features that you've added to this map in ArcGIS Online. Now you can click this layers button to look at your layers too. So I'm gonna click that. You can see that the layers I have are the tree, the sidewalk, and the yard. And essentially I just created a point, line, and a polygon feature class. You can,
More.
three buttons there to get more information. You can change your base map. You can create bookmarks. You can look at the legend and measure. So what we're going to do, how many of you have the Collector app with this map open on it?
I do.
Yeah.
I got it.
Got it.
Okay, I want you to walk outside, GPS a tree, GPS a sidewalk. You don't have to be on a sidewalk, and try to GPS a line too, or a polygon too for your yard. Now, Eldridge, log into arcgis.com and go to your groups, and you should find this map to open, and you're going to see it populate in real time with us GPSing. Don't take long. Be back in 2 minutes. And I'll be right back. All right. Did anybody, if you refresh that map, is anybody around? If you refresh,
Yeah, I am.
you should see some more data added. All right. So I had some issues with my accuracy.
Yeah, so did I.
How bad was yours?
It said 82 feet.
Huh. All right. Let me open my thing back up here. All right. So how was your accuracy, Steve?
GPS accuracy.
How was it when you were out there?
Oh, it was pretty damn good. Let's
Okay.
see.
Did you collect some data? Where do you live?
I live on Bowcatcher.
Okay.
So yeah, I did my sidewalk, and then I went down back to the walnut tree in the backyard. And when I came back, I made a
Okay.
polygon out of my front yard.
See, there's yours right there. Okay.
Yeah.
See me zooming in to his? Everybody see that? And so,
You got the line, the polygon, and the tree, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Now you can also take a picture too, right?
I did take a picture of the tree.
Okay. I don't see it.
I might not have saved it.
Oh, there it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
See, it looks like your error got pretty high when you did that one because it was, did you go back there?
I did go back there, and you know
Okay.
what? And to scale, it's way the hell away from where it really is.
Yeah. I mean, so, you know. All right. So, this is using your phone to be able to collect data, right? And the key is that using the combination of ArcGIS Online and the Collector app, you can build a database to go out and actually collect a lot of information. So if we go back to Moodle, let's look at the assignment you're going to do here. Okay, so this will be your first collector app, map and app that you make. Okay, and just to give you kind of the quick rundown of it, you have to prepare your layer. What that means is you have to decide what it is you want to collect out in the field. All right, now this is a database design kind of thing. You have to decide whether what you're going to collect is going to be points or lines or polygons. And then you have to decide all of the attributes that you want to collect for the feature that you're gonna collect. So let's say you wanted to collect all the trees on campus. You'd need to create a point layer, call it trees, and then what would you want to collect about each tree when you GPSed it? You'd want the name, maybe the height, maybe the genus and the species, maybe the condition of the tree, maybe the diameter at breast height, DBH. So you have to come up with all the database information that you want to collect when you design what you're going to go out and GPS. It's really important to spend the time thinking through exactly what you want to collect, because if a client hired you to, let's say a client hired you to go GPS all of the the lights on campus, all right? All of the lights. And you went out there and you GPSed them all, but you didn't put the height in. And so you spent 5 days going out and GPSing 1,000 lights, and then your client was like, well, I really want the height of each light, or I really wanted the type of bulb. So you have to really think through what you need to collect. And it's an iterative, cyclical process with the person you're doing the work with. And a lot of times you'll go to a little pilot study. You'll go out and you'll do some field reconnaissance, because you don't necessarily know a lot about the lights on campus. So you don't know if you need to put in there the number of lights. Some lights have 1 light on them. Some lights have 4 lights on them. You don't know that much until you go out and you kind of explore and you look at what you want to collect. So you have to think about all the things you want to collect. And that's what this document in here is for in Moodle. And we're going to talk more about this, because next week you're going to design your own GPS data collection project. And this is a sample database design document that for what we use to collect data on campus. And so what kind of things would you like to collect on campus? And so if you had a layer named light poles, it's a point geometry class. And then these are the attribute fields: the height, the number of lights, the material, the date that you collected it, the time you collected it, and a comment field. So for each attribute field in your table, you have to give it a type. Is it a number, a date, a drop-down menu, a text field? That's something you have to assign when you design your layers. If it's a drop-down menu, what values are going to be in the drop-down menu? Okay, so these are a bunch of different layers of things we wanted to collect on AB Tech's campus: bus stops, manholes, signs. And these are all points. How about lines, sidewalks, retaining walls, polygons, parking lots, landscaping features, and what kind of attribute goes with all these things? So you really have to think through what you're going to collect and design the layer before you go out. It takes some time up front to think through it all, but it saves a lot of time on the back end, because you don't go out and GPS a bunch of stuff and then realize, oh golly, I really should have gotten the material for every one of those light poles. I have to go back to every light pole and record that. So it's more than just going out and GPS, and it's coming up with an appropriate design for what you want to GPS. And usually it involves working with a client to make that happen. So in the collector assignment that you're going to do, they're going to step you through creating a layer. You make a map and you add that layer to the map, and then you open your collector app, and since you own the map, it'll be right there. Okay? If you want everyone in the class to be able to GPS onto your map, you could share the map in the layer with our class group. Okay? So in ArcGIS Online, you go to create a feature layer, and it steps you right through. You're going to create a point, a line, and a polygon feature layer. Now they have all these templates for all kinds of different industries to do data collection that you could start with. Okay, we're just going to use a generic one here, and in this one, essentially, you create a point feature class, and you're going to add water fountain, restroom, and picnic table as point features in a park. You save it. You enable attachments, which allows you to attach photos. If you enable attachments, you can attach photos. Now, this says, it doesn't tell you, yeah, places, do places, paths, and areas. Do all three of these layers. Then you open a new map, you add your layers to the map, you symbolize them, which I didn't spend a lot of time symbolizing this map like I should have in ArcGIS Online. Had I symbolized these as trees, they would look like trees on the map. So I should have done that. I didn't because I was in a hurry right before class. So you symbolize it, and then you go out with your collector app and you collect some data. If there's a park near your house that you can go collect some data, do. A lot of them are closed now, I know. If not, just act like you're collecting some of these features somewhere, okay? Just make it up. What you'll submit for this is a screenshot from your content page in ArcGIS Online. So if you go to your content, take a screenshot of this page and it'll show your content. Now the assignment doesn't tell you to create a folder for it, but I'd like you to. If you don't create folders, so if you click on all my content, it shows you everything, okay? And if you don't have folders, it's like just putting everything in the world in your documents folder and not organizing individual subfolders within your documents folder. So the more you use ArcGIS Online, you want to have stuff organized in folders, just like you organize stuff in folders in your documents folder on your computer. You'll also want to think about how you share stuff. And that's what you'll learn about in this second one that I told you didn't have to do. So I go back. This third one actually, use a group to deploy your maps. Read that one. You can share your stuff with our class group to practice, but you don't have to do that one. That's just reading you need to do. You also need to read about using it offline. If you wanted to use it on an iPad that didn't have a data connection, you could cache the data to your iPad and then collect data, but you have to sync it when you come back in. Since we were all live doing this work, I mean, we saw the map updating in real time. Right here, you know, it showed everyone's data just by refreshing the map. You got to see all your data. So, that's pretty neat. And I mean, this is a way to collect a lot of data quickly if you've got a lot of people that can go out and collect data. So it was updating automatically because people were using it live, linked to the internet. Now, I do want to show you just one or two more things. It won't take long, and then we'll be done. The video that you're going to do in Moodle will take you through a lot more detail. So make sure to watch this video, which is an Esri video showing all about the collector app. Watch this video. And then I want you to do those first two, the try the collector app and then the make your own. And so just follow the instructions here. Now, when you collect data, I want to just talk a little bit about a couple other things that are worth mentioning here and show it to you on my phone. All right, so from within the collector app, if you click on your name there, if I click right here on, sorry, I clicked right here on the user there. It takes you to where you can zoom in or where you can sign out, of course. Now to do the first little try this, you're going to have to sign out. You can change your GPS accuracy here. You can turn GPS averaging on. What GPS averaging does is you could stand, when you went to GPS a tree, it would require that you get a certain number of GPS points, and then it averages those points, and that makes it more accurate. So GPS averaging is a nice thing to have on for point features. The more data you collect, the better it would be. Streaming. So, you know, when you GPS with your phone and it collects a line, how does it decide how often it puts in a vertex in the line? It's streaming vertexes in either based on a time interval or a distance interval. If you do time, you can tell it to put in a point, a vertex on a line every second or every 30 seconds or every minute. If you're walking and you're going really slow, you don't need one every second. If you're in a car moving really fast, you'd probably want to collect data more often. So that's how you can control the streaming. There's a little bit of other stuff in here that you can change, your units and how it downloads and syncs and stuff like that. But the streaming of lines is one thing I really wanted to point out, because when you go to do a line or a polygon, it's going to come up and it's going to tell me my accuracy is bad, right? But this is a line. Normally, when you do a line, you want to stream the points in. By default, you could just add a point, clicking add a point and start walking, and then click again when you wanted another point, and then click again when you wanted another point. And if you were doing like a square parking lot, you'd want to do it that way, because you'd only want a point at each corner of the parking lot. You wouldn't want it streaming a bunch of points in between those points. But usually, if you're doing a trail or walking a not linear feature, you click these little 3 buttons and you tell it to, whoops, I clicked the wrong ones. You tell it to start streaming. And it just you start walking right when you start streaming, because it starts putting in vertices at whatever that interval is, time or distance, based on your settings. Okay, and that's the same with polygons. All right, so for some reason, my GPS accuracy didn't get very good out there. If you've got a really old phone, you might have issues. If you drop your phone 17 times a day like I do, you might have issues. Normally, I don't have GPS issues. That's the first time ever. So let me know if you do. This is it's a pretty neat assignment that allows you to build more of a professional enterprise GPS data collection project with a database of all the attributes you want to collect, and it integrates right with ArcGIS Online. Now, in this exercise, you create the layers in ArcGIS Online. You could design the database in ArcGIS and then publish it up to ArcGIS Online. So you could do this on the desktop and then push it to ArcGIS Online and then consume it in your phone. So there's a lot of different workflows that you can do depending on the way you work and how you do things at work. So in addition to, you're gonna do this first try collector app. You'll have to sign out to do that. Then you're gonna make your first collector map. I want you to look at this groups one and collecting data offline, as well as reading about the high accuracy stuff. Again, your GPS in your phone is not gonna be suited for some professional grade GPS data collection projects, but you could get a external Bluetooth GPS receiver and connect it to your phone via Bluetooth and do that. Now, thinking ahead, you're going to design your own database to collect probably a half a dozen layers or so. Usually we do this on campus. So I'm going to have to refine what we do for that. I'll probably have you go do a sign survey in your neighborhood or something. GPS all the signs. So you're going to have to come up with, figure out all the different types of signs, maybe manholes, something like that. But that's next week. I'm still trying to decide exactly how we're going to handle that. All right. So, any questions? No.
No.
All right. Well, that's what I've got. Kyle, shoot. Let's let me calendar and shoot you an email tonight. If you don't get an email from me, shoot me one and say what time do you want to Zoom tomorrow, and we'll look at that query stuff together.
Okay, that sounds good. One quick question, kind of related, because we go out to Bent Creek pretty often. How accurate is the GPS like on hard times in those tree covers? Can you get good reading, or is it not too good?
It's probably on your phone. The best it's going to be is probably about 10 feet. And under tree cover, it's definitely worse. That's a source of error in GPS, is when the GPS signal bounces off some object before it gets to your phone, and it introduces error. So, I mean, it might be 20 feet off or something like that, but you know, the maps, depending on the scale you're mapping at and what you're doing, I mean, it's really not that bad for just riding a bike in the woods. It'd be bad if if it was 20 feet off and you were GPSing fire hydrants, you know, so it was a fire hydrants layer, and the firemen go to a fire, and the fire hydrant will look like it's on the wrong side of the road. You know, they won't.
Right.
So for biking a trail, I think it's fine.
Okay.
Depending on other applications, you know, and you'll read about that some here in this professional grade one. So yeah.
All right. Well, cool beans.
Yeah.
Hi, Pete, thanks.
All right. Thanks.
All right, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get up
If
with
you
you
need
tomorrow.
anything or have any questions, just contact me, and I'm going to post this video in Moodle as well. So thanks for coming on. We'll see y'all soon.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks.
Have a good one, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
The